Guys, this is part two. Hope you watched part one because we thought it went rather well.
Well, ended up Bengals game, so not so good, but there we are.
Well, we could have ended on Chicago game, which would have been worse, but we didn't. We ended up on a good team. But anyway,
Yeah, carry on.
it's time to carry on. This is part two. We was going through like some highlights of some games from last week.
All the lights, which everyone look at it.
Yeah. But so we've left. So we've done the New England Indianapolis game, the Cincinnati Pittsburgh game. Hope you can discuss and tell us what you think as well.
We've touched on Chicago game. We didn't go into great depth, so I'm hoping.
Well, you go into depth then. I'll ask you a question.
Well, you
tell me why Chicago lost.
I know you watched it at my house, the fourth quarter, anyway. You said it was all Jay Cutler. I don't agree with that. Totally. Offensive line, it's non-existent. Matt Forte can't get anywhere. I think the best players of the game was a couple of screen passes. So Matt Forte.
Is that his name? Matt Forte?
You know what you know. But anyway, receivers aren't getting open at all. I mean, if you were to pause at the game from above and saw where Cutler was and looked at the receivers, I'm guaranteeing none of them will be open.
Yeah, well,
It's got no one to throw to. I can't excuse the red zone interceptions at all because that is just terrible.
But there's always a thing about, if your wide receivers are open, do you take a hit or do you throw it away?
Yeah, I think he's panicking. He's not used to it. But I'd like to wonder if you put Peyton Manning behind that Chicago Bears offensive line,
is he going to do
the
same job at Indy as he does?
And he ain't going to, is he?
Yeah.
He's not going to, is he? So it's not Jay Cutler's fault.
Yeah, but credit to San Francisco. Fair enough.
Credit?
But yeah, okay, that's a big word.
We should have beat them, and you know that, though.
I did. I predicted it last week.
Yeah, we should have won. Shouldn't have lost 10-6. I think it was something like we were losing 7-6 at the time, and all Cutler had to do was take a hit, but no, he threw the ball.
But hindsight's a wonderful thing sometimes.
Yeah. I know I want to get onto that game, but we're going to get off it now because it's actually quite depressing me.
But anyway, obviously you guys know all the scores. They're just a couple of games we wanted to highlight ourselves. Obviously the big games. But obviously we do want to know what you think. So just comment. Just comment. Anyway, we're going to get onto some a bit of news. Obviously you know it all already, but we just want to discuss it with you.
Yeah, we want to talk because where we live, there's not many people who like this NFL game, so we're just going to talk, and hopefully it makes sense. So
end of story, and we want you guys to discuss with us. In fact, if you want, get a video and tell us what you think.
Well, that'd be good, yeah.
But anyway,
we'll carry on.
Couple of team highlights. What's happening for them teams right now? Obviously, we've got the Cincinnati defense and the ability to sack the quarterback and pressure the quarterback.
At last, like we were saying in part one, at last.
But the Packers, they had 5 sacks as well, and they had 2 turnovers.
Well, I didn't watch all that game. The final, I think it was 3-0 at half time. Oh. It was a brilliant defensive struggle.
I'm glad I didn't watch that game.
No, believe it or not, I prefer games like that.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was brilliant. Dallas, previous weeks, red hot. Green Bay faltering. Green Bay came in absolutely, not hammered them, but Dallas didn't have a chance.
It's like I predicted Dallas to come in and beat Green Bay. I think Tony Romo is, even though I don't like him,
well,
he's good. And
is he though? What has he done?
He don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, the Chargers looks like Aladani and Tomlinson's back to.
Well, yeah, he only got 96 yards, but it wasn't so much the yards he got; it was the way he was running. It was like, to me, it was like LT of old. Yeah, well, he got 2 touchdowns against the Philadelphia team who aren't exactly struggling themselves. I know they were at home, but to me, he got back to what he was. I know running back, it's a short life, so he got back to what he was 3 years ago.
Yeah, and I like the Danny Tomlinson.
Yeah.
He's a good power back, and he gets the job done.
Yeah.
When he can.
Yeah. I mean, he had an injury a few years back, didn't he?
Yeah.
That makes the same sense.
But anyway, the Cardinals running game, that's picked up a lot.
Oh well, last week, I know we all think of Arizona as a passing team, but it was a winning game that actually ground them down. I'm trying to look at my board here for actual score. I can't see the score.
They beat Seattle.
Oh right, yeah, and those at home as well.
But I still reckon this is going back. It's not towards the Arizona running game. I still reckon they should put Matt that line on.
Do you?
I really do.
Give him a go.
I really do. He seemed to come along and go within a whisper before.
Well, he got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, but
He broke his collarbone or something.
Well, it's not broke now.
Well, it ain't now.
It's mended.
But Kurt Warner,
It's fixed it.
you cannot take a quarterback out of the team when you just got to Super Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah, I know, but I still.
Kurt Warner was struggling a few weeks back, but it's shown him against Chicago. Was it 5 touchdowns? You can't take him out.
Anyway, we've got another couple of points, like the Panthers. Musa Mohamed is back and doing. Well, he's not back, but he's back.
Delhomme, was it 13 interceptions in 6-7 games? He hadn't thrown any in the last 3.
Wasn't that Cutler?
No.
Anyway, Dolphins Wildcat, you know. How's Ricky Williams going to do now? Mr. Browning.
I'd just like to say, before we get on to that point, I'm amazed at how much the Wildcat works. Because when they line up in it, the lineup in the Wildcat, everyone knows what. Well, they know it's going to be a.
There's no quarterback there, is
it's
it?
going to be a fake play, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
In 9 times out of 10, it goes to Ronnie Brown. But anyway, he's on injured reserve for the rest of the year.
But I still think Ricky Williams is going to get it done.
Well, so do I. Because if you look,
he's good.
If you look at his stats, it's almost 5 yards a carry. Is on pace for 1,000 yards ish.
I hope he gets it. I really do.
He will do now.
He will. Anyway, that's that. Vikings, front four.
Yeah, I know they were playing Detroit last week. Who
you can't really match them up.
They weren't really good, but the front four totally dominated like they have all season.
Yeah. But keep watching out for that front four because, in fact, keep watching out for that team.
They're in my division, the Bears division, and we've got to play them twice yet. I like to think we'll give them a game, but realistically, no chance, no chance at all.
That'll wrap that up. So just a couple more points, and we'll be off your screens. First of all, I'm going to bring Cincinnati back into this ever so slightly.
Joking at you?
Just because of
I know. Yeah.
Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
What do you make about that? Just really quickly, what do you make about that? Good move, bad move?
It's a good move because
I like that. Benson's out. He might get a couple of shots on this Sunday.
He can get the job done if he gets given a chance.
Yeah,
but why?
Against Oakland, he could put up some yards if he gets a couple of runs.
It's like why sign him in first place? I don't know, but he can get the job done.
I mean, we've got Benson on an injury, Brown, Turner, Brown, Westbrook.
Yeah, for all Westbrook's doubtful, Turner's doubtful, Brown's obviously out, Benson apparently is not likely to play Sunday, so
I hope he does. But if not, I hope Larry Johnson gets a couple of runs.
He might get in there.
But anyway, coming to a final point, not like a big crescendo or anything, but Denver.
Oh, Mr. Orton.
It's like another depleted moment, when you get like a team that looks excellent and you think they're going to do well. Especially with Kyle Orton at quarterback, because he looked fantastic to start the season.
Yeah.
I think. But
it's like how? Because it can't change that much in a year.
Well, you can. A lot can happen in a year.
He managed our team. He managed them. But he's not a first-rate quarterback as what has been shown to be doing in the first 8 or so games what he's played.
Well, it's fizzled out now,
Well, he's injured, isn't he? So it looks like Chris Sims, poor lad who got his spleen took out a few years back, by being massacred. But he's not good enough.
Shouldn't happen on a football field.
Well,
Poor lad.
So we could get on about concussions.
We could.
Because that's a big talking point.
But we're not going to bore you.
No, we're not.
You've heard us predictions, and you've heard what we've got to say. Get commenting and tell us what you think. Tell us your thoughts, and we'll be back next week, definitely. This is me, this is him.
And we are going now. So
we are going. We've got fun.
We could talk a lot longer.
We could. Watch both parts. This is part